Hello everyone, my name is Willem. Welcome to LRD X Cars. Today I'm at the Zoete Grand Prix here in Belgium. I'm located at the Zoete Prado, where they always present a lot of new cars here. This weekend the rally will be going on. They also have a Bonhams auction here, a very big one. I think 130 cars will be auctioned here this year. So a lot of cars I'm going to show you in the next couple of days. But a very special one here, that you can already see in the background, is this Ferrari SF90 XX. A very special car, the first time Ferrari puts an XX car out for the road, based on the SF90 Stradale. So yeah, quite a sick one. And in this video we're going to have a closer look at it, check all of the details out. And also going to show you in another video the new Purosangue, which is also here. Behind me is another F8, cool F8 Spider. But today will all be about the SF90 XX, so enjoy watching the video, guys. Like in the regular Ferrari SF90 Stradale and the SF90 Spider, you still have the V8. V8 that pushes out almost 1000 horsepower, and combined with 3 electric engines, you have 2 on the front, 1 on each front wheel, and another electric engine placed between the engine and the gearbox. The car is using an 8-speed automatic dual clutch gearbox, like you had in the regular SF90. And the special thing about this car is because it only increases in horsepower till 1030 horsepower, so not that big of an increase in horsepower. Mostly this car is made a lot more aerodynamic, like you can see, a bit more lightweight by adding a lot of carbon fiber parts, like you see in the front. We'll go around the car in a minute, check all the details. So 1030 horsepower in this one. It was 860 Newton meters of torque, and then the weight was 1560 kilos. So not the lightest, but yeah, it's an electric one, so it has all the electric engines and the battery pack on board. You can still drive fully electric with this one, which is quite funny. Then it's only a front wheel driven car. I think it's about 20-30 kilometers you can drive fully electric in this one. So that's quite fun. The 0 to 60 miles an hour or the 0 to 100 kilometers an hour is in just 2.2 seconds, guys. 2.2 seconds. That's immensely fast. And the 0 to 200 kilometers an hour is 6.5 seconds. That's as fast as a normal car goes from 0 to 100. This car will do the 0 to 200 in, so insane numbers on this car. The top speed is only 320 kilometers an hour, because the wing put on top a lot of aerodynamic parts. They cause a lot of drag on the car, so the top speed won't be that high. Like you see here, you still have the 4-liter V8 engine in here, which produces 800 Newton meters of torque. It just said 860, it's just only 806 Newton meters of torque. And then the 1030 horsepower combined with all the electric engines. Beautifully finished as always by Ferrari. You can still see the engine through this. I think it's not wheel glass, it's more of a plexiglass cover to save, of course, some weight. Put down very low to the ground, like you see that you have the central point of gravity put very low into the car, again in the center, which is the best, of course. And it's a 4-wheel driven car, like I said. So you have the 2 electric engines on the front and then mostly driven by the engine on the rear. Nice coverings here, full carbon fiber, some air outlets, quite nicely done. Even on top you have 2 more air outlets. Here you have the camera, rear view camera, because you have no rear windows, so it's quite easy that you have the camera. Then coming here to this very big spoiler, if I can say. It's the first time since the Ferrari F50 that Ferrari has put a static spoiler on top. Normally they would do it like in a subtle way that you won't see it, that you have, if I go down like here, always a spoiler on the SF90. I don't know if you guys can see it. You can put your hand in between. The air can go in right there. Create some downforce under here. And another quite cool thing is that the back has totally changed, like you can see. Full new rear lights even over the whole width of the car. Like you have now with a lot of car manufacturers. Then a new exhaust system. I think it's an Inconel race exhaust system, so made very lightweight. And of course, we had to put a nice sound to this one. Then here, full carbon fiber diffuser, like you see, with even different levels in. And the back is totally made open, like you see, with all these meshes. And of course, all the hot air can float out of the car. Here, behind the rear wheels, you have again more air openings. Of course, to let all of the hot air out of the rear wheel arches. And the cool thing is, these louvers, which I quite like myself, on the rear wheels and even on the front wheels, you have the air louvers to cool those wheel arches, to cool those brakes, because it gets very hot in there. The car is using Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, so a known tire, but a very good one. So why would you change it? It's the only thing I didn't really saw change on this car is I still like it, but I thought they could have changed it, is the wheel design. It's still the same as in the SF90, and it's a cool wheel design. You have like these aerodynamics to direct the air, and fully gloss black on this one. But I think they should have done something more special for a car like this. Special new wheel design would be cool. Then of course carbon ceramics brakes as standard from Bembo. Nice carbon fiber side skirt here on the car. Then I'm gonna go to the other side. Oh, look, and here is I think one side will be the fuel cap, the other side will be to charge the car. Cool is you see that it's totally open in here. Air can directly float into the engine bay, of course, to cool the V8 engine. 1030 horsepower, insane. Here you have another air intake on the side, even divided into two. Again, fully made in carbon fiber. I think a lot of carbon fiber parts on this car. Quite nice. Then this one is the hardtop version. You also have the Spider. They will be making 799 of these, the SF90 XX. And then again, 599 of the SF90 XX Spider. A bit more rare, of course, the Spider version. But the specs are almost the same. It still does 2.2 seconds from 0 to 100. It still has a lot of downforce to it. You won't actually see it. That's a clever thing Ferrari always does. Is they have like this hardtop that folds in just above the engine, so you won't see it that much on the car. There would be a line right here for the nerds like me that know. Then on the front, you still recognize the car a bit. You still have the SF90 headlights, but again, the front bumper has changed a lot. You have those extra 2 air outlets on top. You have like the headlights, like I said, that are a bit the same as on the SF90, but made here with an extra air intake on the side to go directly to the front wheel arches. Cool is how they finished it. Beautiful carbon fiber, again on the front lip. And the thing you don't see that much on pictures is actually here is another air intake. Quite cool how Ferrari done it. Even here is one. And another one here to let the air float over the hood of the car here in the front to put the nose onto the ground. Then you here have a lot of safety features like keeping distance for the car in front. I think it's also the keeping in lane. It doesn't look that good if I'm gonna be honest here in the front, but yeah, it's actually it's permitted on every car here now. You need to do it if you're building a production car. That you need to put some sensors on in the front. And then another very cool thing is here, the air outlets, sort of S-ducts. can directly see right in here to direct here. You even have another one here. There floats here underneath in the car, gets over the hood, over the front window to plant the nose in the ground. It's four-wheel driven, but yeah, it needs the grip in the front, 1030 horsepower, 6.5 seconds from 0 to 200 kilometers an hour. You really need the grip, you really need the downforce. And that's what this car is all about, because SF90 is already a very fast car. They didn't know what they would or could change actually on this car, because the V8 already has 860 horsepower. Yeah, you can't get that much more out of the naturally V8, so it's a thing. That's what the XX department has done by Ferrari. Normally they only build cars for all the clients. Yeah, that's what the XX department does. It's mostly for the good clients at Ferrari, for the known and wealthy clients that have sort of championship, but it's not actually for points or for a class. They just like to race to each other. You have like the 599 XX car, the Enzo XX, the FX6K based on the LaFerrari, and even FX6K Evo. Those are like the special cars for the special Ferrari clients. And that department that is responsible for building those cars also now has put the task on them to change the SF90. And I think they've done it quite well. Quite a nice and aggressive look. I think sometimes it's needed for a car to be a bit more aggressive. Like you have the GT3 and the GT3 RS. This really is a RS product. This really is something special. Yeah, 1560 kilos, 1030 horsepower. That's like 1.5 kilo per horsepower, so yeah, that's a good one. It's a good power to weight ratio, and yeah, I think this car will break a lot of track records in the future. We'll have to see. And if we go a bit to the inside, to show you mostly of the outside, what I like is the louvers, of course, the Scuderia shields. You have like the same racing seating like you had on the SF90, but then with the 4-point belts in. And again, the 8-speed automatic dual clutch gearbox. That's quite cool. Combination of matte and gloss carbon here. Here we can have a closer look at the inside. Like you see the SF90 XX Stradale badge. This one limited to 799, like you can read here on the badge. Quite nice. Like I said, the gloss carbon racing seats by Ferrari with the 4-point belts in, beautifully finished here with carbon fiber back, and even some openings to save some weight here. The back of the car, or actually the top, is full matte carbon, like you can see. You can really see the monocoque of the car, what this car is based on. And then you have like the big 10-inch display, the sort of virtual cockpits by Ferrari. And normally like the pedals, 8-speed gearbox, nicely finished with sort of the old school finishes on. And the indicators like you always have on the Ferraris on the steering wheel. Here is your manettino to change the driving modes and to put the suspension softer. If you press once, it's to put the suspension softer, and then by turning you can get from sport to comfort to race to ESC off. And then when the car is started, you will have some enlighten buttons on here where you can interact the display with. It's quite nice. And again, you have here the lights on, your wipers on. Yeah, simple, nice and clean. Here you have some air conditioning. And then, like you see, the door. It's also fully carbon fiber, full matte carbon. It's quite cool to see. You can even see the audio system behind, the GBL audio system, always used by Ferrari. And then just a small button on there to open the door up. And the cool carbon top and everything. Very stripped down in here. No floor mats or anything, just bare ground. Just the race seats in to make it very lightweight, to make it like in a race car. Really cool, really nicely done. Special thing about the spoiler of the SF90 is you have here underneath an extra lip. You have sort of two levels in. These sides are a bit bigger than the midsection. And I see that you can also adjust them a bit, so it's quite cool. So I like it, the big static spoiler on the Ferrari. It looks quite intense. And the rear is also quite aggressive with all the air outlets. Then of course, like always with the Ferrari, all the cars are already sold out. All the 799 hardtops and the 599 spiders. So if you're one of the lucky ones that could get one, then congrats to you, and I hope you enjoy it. Pick a nice and bold spec out that I can buy it from you one day. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I quite like the SF90 XX car. It's quite cool, it's quite sporty. That's what I like, a real track car. Always a big fan of the special editions of Ferrari. And then in the next video you will see the review of the Puro Sangue, which is also here, and the Ferrari Roma Spider, which I'm also going to make a review of. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, then please do subscribe and leave a like if you like the video. And see you in the next review, guys. Bye!